Mia's trembling fingers hovered over the call button one last time. 3 missed calls. 3 prayers unanswered. She could hear a woman's laughter in the background before Kong Min silenced her phone. Again. In that moment, she realized some goodbyes are never heard, and some love letters are written in blood. Kang Min sat in the velvet shadows of his exclusive nightclub, the Dragon's Den, smoke curling from his cigar like serpents. At 38, he was Seoul's most feared mafia boss, sharp jawline, cold eyes, and a reputation built on blood and ruthless precision. More champagne, Min Appa? Purred Yuna, his mistress, her red dress clinging to her curves as she refilled his glass. His phone buzzed. MIA, incoming call. He glanced at it, then at Yuna's expectant smile. Ignore it, he muttered, silencing the call without a second thought. Smart man, Yuna whispered, her fingers tracing his collar. Your wife doesn't understand you like I do. Kang Min's empire controlled half of Seoul's underground, weapons, casinos, politicians. Everyone feared him. Everyone obeyed. Including Mia, who had learned years ago that her calls during business hours were unwelcome interruptions. Meanwhile, 300 miles away in Busan, Mia sat on the cold bathroom floor, her dark skin glistening with sweat, blood staining her trembling hands. The pregnancy test lay shattered in the sink. Positive, but it didn't matter now. She clutched her stomach, feeling the warmth spreading across her abdomen. The pain was unbearable, but the silence from her husband hurt more. 3 missed calls. Please, Min. Please pick up, she whispered, tears streaming down her beautiful face. The doctor's words from earlier that day echoed in her mind. Ectopic pregnancy. Rupture. You need emergency surgery now. But she'd wanted to hear his voice first, just once, to tell him she'd been carrying their child, the child he didn't know existed. Her vision blurred. The phone slipped from her. Fingers. Have you ever ignored someone's call only to regret it later? What would you do if you got a second chance? Kang Min's phone buzzed again. 4th call. He was about to silence it when his right-hand man, Jay, burst through the velvet curtains. Boss, it's the hospital in Busan. They've been trying to reach you. It's about your wife. The champagne glass froze halfway to his lips. What? She collapsed, internal bleeding. They need your consent for emergency surgery. Time fractured. Yuna's perfume suddenly felt suffocating, the music too loud. Kang Min snatched his phone, seeing the missed calls, not just from Mia, but from Busan General Hospital. Get the car, now. Min, where are you going? Yuna's voice turned shrill. We have the Incheon deal tonight? I said now. His roar silenced the entire VIP section. He listened to Mia's voicemail as Jay sped through Seoul's neon-lit streets. Her voice was barely a whisper, broken by pain. Min, I know you're busy. I know I shouldn't bother you, but I'm scared. There's so much blood. I was pregnant, Min. Our baby. I wanted to tell you over dinner, remember? The reservation I made that you canceled? I'm sorry I'm not stronger. I'm sorry I'm calling. I needed to hear your voice. I love you. I've always loved you, even when you forgot how to love me back. The message ended. Kang Min's hands trembled. Hands that had pulled triggers without hesitation, that had built an empire without mercy, now shook like a child's. Drive faster, he whispered, his voice cracking. Please, drive faster. When did you last tell someone you loved them? Don't wait for tomorrow. Drop a comment and subscribe. Let's grow together. The hospital smelled of antiseptic and regret. Where is she? Kang Min's voice echoed through the emergency wing. His designer suit splattered with rain. Nurses scattered. A doctor approached, exhausted. Mr. Kang, your wife is in surgery. Ruptured ectopic pregnancy. She lost a dangerous amount of blood before the ambulance arrived. We're doing everything we can, but what? The next few hours are critical. She was alone for too long. Alone, The word was a knife twisting in his chest. Kang Min collapsed into a waiting room chair, his empire suddenly meaningless. Yuna had called 17 times. He blocked her number. Jay stood nearby, uncertain. Boss, the Incheon deal? Cancel everything. Kang Min's voice was hollow. Cancel it all. He pulled out his phone, scrolling through photos he barely remembered taking. Mia laughing at their wedding 5 years ago. Her beautiful dark skin glowing in her white dress, her eyes full of hope he'd slowly extinguished. Mia cooking in their kitchen, dancing when she thought he wasn't looking. Mia asleep on the couch, waiting for him to come home. When had he stopped coming home? When had phone calls from his wife become interruptions instead of lifelines? Sir, there's something else, the doctor said, gently. Your wife left instructions. If anything happened, she wanted you to have this. He handed Kang Min a sealed envelope. Inside, a single ultrasound image. 8 weeks, and a note in Mia's elegant handwriting. I was going to tell you tonight. I hoped this would bring you back to me. I hoped you'd remember why you married me. I was wrong, but I'll love you anyway. You're Mia. Kang Min's world shattered. 6 hours. The surgery took 6 agonizing hours. Kang Min hadn't moved, hadn't eaten, hadn't breathed properly. Jay brought coffee he didn't drink. His phone exploded with messages from his organization. Rival gangs sensing weakness, deals collapsing, chaos spreading. He ignored them all. Mr. Kang? A nurse finally emerged. Your wife is out of surgery. She's stable but weak. You can see her now. His legs barely carried him. Mia lay in the hospital bed, tubes connected to her arms, her beautiful face pale against white sheets. The steady beep of monitors was the only sound. She looked so small, so fragile. Nothing like the vibrant woman who used to greet him with kisses he'd learned to dodge. Kang Min pulled a chair close, taking her hand carefully, afraid he might break her. Mia, he whispered. I'm here. I'm so sorry. I'm here now. Her eyes fluttered open, unfocused from medication. When she saw him, confusion crossed her face. Min? Are you real? Or am I dreaming again? I'm real. I'm here. A tear slid down her cheek. You came. You never come. I should have come every time you called, every single time. The baby, her voice broke. Min, we lost... I know. He pressed her hand to his lips, his own tears falling freely now. I know, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Mia's breathing was labored, each word costing her. Why are you here? Don't you have business? Someone waiting for you? No one's waiting. No one matters except you. She smiled weakly, sadly. Liar. You've always been a beautiful liar. Not anymore, he promised. Never again. For 3 days, Kang Min never left Mia's side. His empire could crumble, he didn't care. On the 4th day, as Mia slept, he found her journal in the bag the hospital had saved. He shouldn't have read it, but he did. Entry 6 months ago. Min came home at 4 a.m. smelling like jasmine perfume, not mine. He said it was business. I said okay. I always say okay. When did I become so small? Entry 3 months ago. I made his favorite meal. He didn't come home. I ate alone. Again, the food was cold. Like our bed. Like my heart. Entry 1 month ago. I found out I'm pregnant today. I'm terrified and happy and alone. So alone. I don't know if Min will care. I don't know if Min even sees me anymore. But this baby... Maybe this baby will remind him why he loved me once. Entry 1 week ago. The pain started today. Something's wrong. I'm scared. But I can't tell him I'm scared. He hates weakness. So I'll be strong. I'll be strong until I can't anymore. Final entry. The day she collapsed. I'm calling him one last time. If he doesn't answer, I'll know. I'll know I was never his priority. I'll know I loved a man who forgot how to love me back. Goodbye, Min. I loved you enough for both of us. It just wasn't enough. Kang Min's hands shook so violently the journal fell. You read it. He looked up. Mia was awake, watching him with hollow eyes. Mia, don't. She turned her face away. Please, I don't have strength for more lies. I'm not lying, Kang Min said, his voice raw. Not anymore. Mia remained silent, staring at the ceiling. He moved closer. You wrote that I forgot how to love you. You're right, I did. But not because you weren't worth loving, because I'm a coward. She finally looked at him. A coward? You who commands armies of men? Yes, a coward. He sat on the edge of her bed. You know what terrified me most about you, Mia? You made me feel. In my world, feelings are weaknesses. Enemies exploit them, so I built walls. I pushed you away. I convinced myself that distance kept you safe. Safe from what? From me? From my life? From the monster I've become? Mia's expression softened slightly. You're not a monster, Min. I ignored your calls while you were dying. What else would you call that? Silence filled the space between them. Then Mia whispered, Do you remember our wedding night? You told me you'd burn the world down if anyone hurt me. I remember. You became the one who hurt me most. Her voice cracked. And I let you. I kept loving you, kept hoping, kept making dinner for a ghost. Kang Min took her hand. I don't deserve forgiveness, but I'm asking anyway. Let me fix this. Let me prove I can be the man you married. People don't change, Min. Then I'll be the exception. He pressed her hand to his chest, over his racing heart. Feel that? It only beats this hard for you. It always has. I just forgot how to show it. For the first time in years, Mia saw something in his eyes she'd thought was dead. Hope. 2 weeks later, Mia was recovering at home, their penthouse overlooking Seoul's skyline. Kang Min had been attentive, cooking her meals, reading to her, sleeping in a chair beside their bed. It felt like a dream, too perfect to be real. Then reality shattered their fragile peace. Mia woke one night to voices in the living room. Kang Min's voice, tense, and a woman's voice she recognized instantly. Yuna? You can't just cut me off, Min. After everything we shared? We shared nothing. It was a mistake. A mistake that lasted 8 months? Yuna's laugh was bitter. I'm not some random girl. You promised me things. You said your marriage was dead. Mia stood in the bedroom doorway, her heart shattering all over again. Kang Min saw her. Mia. 8 months. Her voice was barely a whisper. You've been with her for 8 months? It's over. It meant nothing. Nothing? Mia's scream echoed through the penthouse. While I was dying alone, you were with her for 8 months and you call it nothing? Yuna smirked. He never loved you. He told me, Get out! Kang Min roared at Yuna. Get out before I forget you're a woman. Yuna left, but the damage was done. Mia looked at her husband with eyes full of devastation. I almost died believing you'd changed. But you're still the same man who ignored my calls. The same man who chose someone else over me, over our baby. Mia, please. No. She removed her wedding ring, placing it on the table between them. I can't do this anymore. I survived death, Min. I won't survive you. Where will you go? Anywhere but here. Mia packed her bags as dawn broke over Seoul. Her body was still weak, but her resolve was steel. Kang Min stood in the doorway, watching her fold clothes with trembling hands. Don't leave. Why not? Give me one reason. Because I love you. Mia laughed bitterly. You loved her too, apparently. No. Kang Min entered the room. I never loved Yuna. She was a distraction from the guilt of failing you. She was easy. You were real. And real was terrifying. So you're a coward again? Yes, but I'm a coward who's begging you to stay. He knelt before her. Kang Min, the fearsome Mafia boss, on his knees. I'll leave the organization. I'll burn it all down. We'll disappear, start over anywhere you want. Just don't go. Mia stared at him, tears streaming. You'd give up everything? Everything I have means nothing without you. You don't mean that. Tomorrow you'll miss the power. Try me. He pulled out his phone, calling Jay. Dismantle everything. Sell the clubs, the businesses, all of it. I'm out. Boss, are you insane? For once in my life, I'm sane. Do it. He hung up, looking at Mia. I'm done being the man who ignored your calls. I want to be the man who answers on the first ring. Mia's hands shook. How do I trust you? You don't. Not yet. But give me a chance to earn it back. He took her hands. Let me spend every day proving you were always my priority. I just lost my way. And if you lose your way again, then you leave and I'll deserve it. But please, Mia, one more chance. 6 months later, Mia stood on a beach in Jeju Island, waves kissing her bare feet. She'd gained weight back, her skin glowing with health, her smile no longer forced. Kangmin walked toward her carrying 2 cups of coffee. He wore a simple white shirt, no tailored suits, no bodyguards, no empire. Just a man learning to be human again. You're smiling, he said, handing her the cup. I have reasons to smile now. They'd moved to this quiet island, opening a small cafe together. Former Mafia boss and his wife, serving tourists and locals, living simply. Kong Min's hands, once used to violence, now made lattes and pastries. His organization had crumbled without him. Rival gangs had divided his territory. He didn't care. Do you miss it? Mia asked. The power, the control. Kangmin looked at her, really looked at her, the way he used to before ambition blinded him. I miss who I was before I became that man. You're helping me find him again. Mia's phone rang. She answered immediately. They both did now. Every call mattered. Every moment counted. It was the doctor. Mia's face transformed, tears of joy streaming. What is it? Kangmin's heart raced. She took his hand, placing it on her stomach. We're pregnant, Min. The doctor says it's healthy, viable. We're going to have a baby. Kangmin fell to his knees in the sand, crying like he'd never cried before, not from pain but from overwhelming gratitude. I won't ignore a single call, he promised, kissing her stomach. Not from you, not from our child, never again. Mia knelt beside him, wiping his tears. I know, because this time you chose love. You chose us. And for the first time in years, they were truly home. Some goodbyes become second chances. Some ignored calls become wake-up calls, and some love stories don't truly begin until they almost end. Love is a choice we make every single day. Have you been choosing the right things? Share your story below. And if this touched your heart, hit subscribe. Let's choose love together.